Phil Mickelson no longer involved with the match, producer says. The match is headed home for the holidays, but one founding member won't be there to celebrate. According to longtime friend and match executive producer Brian Zurif, Phil Mickelson is no longer involved with the made-for-TV event. "I love Phil and he's been an incredible part of this. But he knows, you know," Zurif told Golf. "I love Phil and he's been an incredible part of this. But he knows, you know." Mickelson, who competed in 4 iterations of the match, was once the event's heartbeat. He was a natural fit for the match's wall-to-wall approach, and his charisma and freewheeling nature made him the ideal character for the event, driven more by its star power than its golf prowess. In the match's earliest iterations, Mickelson was essential in helping the event capture the sport in the goofy, friendly light. Zurif and Vizio now, however, Mickelson is property of Live Golf, and the match is in need of a new anchor. "Unfortunately, he left the tour, and that's unfortunate for doing something like this," Zurif said. While the match is not owned or operated by the PGA Tour, there were a few factors driving its allegiance to golf's biggest tour. The first, perhaps not surprisingly, is money. The match is a commercial boon for Turner Sports, which broadcasts the event to huge audiences for surprisingly low overhead. For Turner, PGA Tour players are an easy sell to advertisers, which makes it easier for the network to generate a profit on the broadcast. "I look at the match as saying we're doing an event in one day that costs a lot less than what Live's spending in a year, and more people watch us than watch them," Zurif said. "I look at the match as saying we're doing an event in one day that costs a lot less than what Live's spending in a year, and more people watch us than watch them." Turner Sports' recent acquisition by Warner Bros. Discovery also played a role, sources said. The merger with Discovery, which has its own 12-year, $2 billion international streaming rights deal with the PGA Tour, made Turner and the Tour in direct bedfellows. Had Turner pursued Live golfers for the match, it would undoubtedly cause a conflict of interest for their bosses, Warner Bros. Discovery's leadership team, the same people who will pay out some $175 million to the PGA Tour in rights fees this year. The state of golf, Zurif said, was also a factor. From the beginning, Zurif pitched the match as an opportunity for golf to grow with younger, wider audiences. The goal, he says now, was to make an additive event to the golf space, not a combative one. Over the first 6 iterations, that effort has largely succeeded. "We probably get more media attention for the match than any golf event other than Augusta," he says. "We probably get more media attention for the match than any golf event other than Augusta." In charting a path forward, Zurif wanted to remain true to that initial goal, even if it meant that Mickelson couldn't be involved. "It's just a bummer because he's just been a great partner for so long," Zurif said. But that's a choice that he made. He understands that when you make those choices, certain things get sacrificed. And this is one of the things that got sacrificed. Disappointing as Mickelson's departure may be, those around the match, Zurif included, have shared excitement about the lineup set for December 10, which they say is bringing the event's long-term future into better focus. This winter's match event will be just the second iteration, after the original, Tiger vs. Phil edition, to feature only professional golfers, pitting Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy against childhood friends Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth. Heading forward, Zurif says, the goal is for 2 annual match editions, one with celebrity guests in the warm weather months, and one with pro golfers in the cold weather months. "It's important that in the fall/winter, we do real golf," Zurif said. "It's important that in the fall/winter, we do real golf." Zurif couldn't have picked a better cast to lead the match into the new cadence. McIlroy is the tour's newfound elder statesman, while Thomas and Spieth are 2 of the sport's more affable, well-liked figures. Woods is, of course, still Tiger Woods, which should alleviate any concerns Turner executives have surrounding the event's ratings. "I think one of the reasons why we're getting the big stars to do it on the PGA Tour is because they do see how it grows the game," he said. "When people authentically talk about growing the game, I think they can be proud of growing the game through this franchise." Still, the bigger question, the one all 4 golfers will soon answer, is whether the match can recapture some of the magic that carried it to early success in 2018 and 20. In those early iterations, The match stole the attention of both the sports world and the golf world. In recent years, the hype has remained, but the authenticity has suffered some. In shifting back toward real golf, Zverev would seem to be angling to recapture the hardcore audience again. But even if the golf falls flat, Zverev says there's a reason every golf fan should be counting down the days till December 10th, and it's, you guessed it, live. It's been an interesting year in golf, and with Charles Barkley once again joining the broadcast alongside the 4 PGA Tour holdouts, there's at least one thing this match is sure to have in abundance: opinions. You're really gonna get a chance to hear what these guys have to think about everything that's happened in the last year.